moving through that low note really beautifully.
Soundtrack.
Well, hello again. Welcome back to another vocal analysis here at Voice Essentials and another Lucy Thomas review today. This review that we're doing, this analysis, is of her doing a studio rendition of Unchained Melody, one of the most recorded songs of the 20th century, made famous by the Righteous Brothers and Elvis and everyone else. It seems to be. It's had a good run here in my teaching studio. It's a great song. There's a lot more to say about Lucy that I've already said. I think she's wonderful. She's a beautiful performer, and we recently reviewed her performing one of her in a live setting, which was good. Let's dive in and have a watch. The reason we're doing today's review is because many of you asked for it, and so obviously quite a few of you have enjoyed this performance. Let's dive in and have a listen to Lucy singing, arguably one of the most recorded songs of the 20th century, Unchained Melody.
Whoa. My darling, I've hungered for your touch a long, lonely time, and time goes by so time can do so much.
Okay, I haven't watched this. I usually will listen to and listen to a piece, through a few times before I jump in but I felt like, well, I kind of know Lucy's voice well enough to sort of just dive in. The first thing I notice about this is and some of you are not going to like me hearing me say this. This is a pre-record that she's singing along to. We're not hearing her actually do this live. We can see some of the mouth sync is out. Also, the recording setup is not right. In so much as the mic that she's got on stage, that sort of classic Shaw jazz mic is off to the side. Usually we want to have that quite up and close. It's really just there as a prop. And also this has had a lot of work done in post-production. Now, it's really clear, really important that I state, I'm not suggesting she's using live auto-tune or that she uses auto-tune, because this is not live. This is a pre-record that she's mouthing to. Or not mouthing, she's probably singing, but we're not hearing what we're seeing, if that makes sense. We're hearing a post-produced vocal. And it's almost certainly, because it's so beautifully perfect, that we're hearing which I don't know. Am I disappointed? No, I'm not disappointed. I go looking for live recordings, understanding a lot of live recordings are then edited in post, but at the very least they're a real live take. I don't think we can say this is. I'm going to get a lot of comments not liking that very much. Please be kind. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just telling you what I see. If I'm wrong, and I can, hey, I'm human. I can be wrong, but I don't think I am. Regardless, let's continue. because it is a beautiful voice. She has a lovely voice. And I guess, in fact, I'll make this comment later. Let's get back to some singing.
Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. God, speed your love to me. Lonely rivers flow to the sea, to the sea, to the open arms of the sea.
Lovely line. She chooses, despite the fact that this is a pre-record, in the actual recording that she's done, she chooses some lovely lines, and the voice moves into, through its registers beautifully. If you have reason to question my comments around, there is definitely pitch correction going on here, and spit and polish, and I don't have any problem with that, but you might want to check out a guy by the name of Phil from Wings of Pegasus, and he's actually done an analysis, a pitch analysis of Lucy's performances, and he concluded from what is a rather scientific analysis of pitch correction that she is indeed using pitch correction, not auto-tune. Auto-tune is more when the singer's singing into mic and being tuned in the immediate moment, whereas pitch correction is done after the fact. And pretty much all, including me, full disclaimer, pretty much all singers that you hear these days, particularly in their recorded material online, are using pitch correction in the post-production process. The unfortunate thing is, I think, personally, where I draw a bit of a line, is the use of auto-tune, which is actually being used in the moment, in the live setting. Taylor Swift is a good example of that. Sorry, Swifties, but yes, she's using live auto-tune. And certainly when I reviewed Lucy's performance of her singing live in the concert setting, there was no live, tuning going on. It was all completely undoctored, and it was authentic live vocal. It was beautiful. This is beautiful, but we are a Learn to Sing channel here, and so it's always important that we're able to contextualize what is it that we are hearing, because the reality of the modern age is that when we listen to the majority of stuff online, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, it's been, spit and polish has been applied in post, and generally that includes pitch correction. And so it can be very disheartening for us as people who are learning to sing to then, record our own voices, often for a lot of people onto their smartphone, and hear the very normal, very natural, inaccuracy in our pitch. And I guarantee you 100% that if Lucy recorded herself onto her smartphone and we got to hear that, we would hear pitch inaccuracy. We would. Why? Because she is human with a beautiful voice, but she's human nonetheless. Enough of that. Let's continue. Let's continue to appreciate, the beauty of some of the melodic choices she's making, the tone. It is a lovely tone that she creates, and she's got a lovely feel for her music.
Lonely riverside, for me. I'll be coming home, wait for me. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch alone, lonely time.
Moving through that low note really beautifully. Have a listen to the way she manages her air through that low point.
Alone, lonely time.
Not easy to do. Lovely.
And time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine?
I love the. Now again, we this is not the live vocal. It makes it difficult, but I do like the position she goes to on that ma. It kind of has an east to west kind of position as opposed to ma. And that makes a difference to the tone and the placement, the clarity of the note. Have a watch of that again.
Are you still
Nice.
I need your love. God's speech, your love to
She's a beautiful person to watch and observe perform. It does make it, I guess, is one of the challenges of the modern era. It makes it so hard for, ones like myself to do an analysis when it is so obviously a pre-recorded, post-edited vocal stitched together over a visual performance. And it's actually interesting. Phil in Wings of Pegasus makes the point that this creates an issue for us in the modern era. There's a reason why ones like Lucy are, correcting and post-editing so prevalent, so actively, is because that's kind of where we've got to a point where that's kind of expected. And if you don't, you just won't get a look in. People will dismiss you as not being able to sing. And I guarantee you, if Lucy put up a non-pitch corrected performance in the beginning of her career, she just wouldn't have got the traction. Even though she's quite obviously a great singer, an excellent singer, because singing's not just about perfect notes. Singing is about communication and tone and phrasing, and she displays all those things. But for some reason, we've elevated, absolutely perfect pitch, in my humble opinion, to a point, onto a pedestal that I think is biting us in the reality of things. So leave your comments below. I'll be interested to read your feedback. Let me know what you think. I really do try to take a very pragmatic view of the whole pitch correction aspect, in part because, again, I use pitch correction in post-production. I do. I don't actually have a problem with it. I would have liked to have seen her do that live, but that's another discussion. Oh, I'm a bit nervous about reading all your comments. I look forward to seeing you in the next Voice Essentials video. I'm Dr. Dan. See you soon. Bye. Sing well.